Michaela Vernava alongside Doug Guide at the Patriots practice fields for day one of training camp. And coming into this one, Doug, we know that Jimmy Garoppolo will be starting the first 4 games of the season, which is a little bit different than last year. Last year, that was up in the air. Now knowing that he'll be the starter, how does that change the way we'll see reps split between him and Tom Brady, and also with Jacoby Brissett, who will be backing up Jimmy?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be split pretty evenly when they're out there in 7-on-7 drills. Brady took those first team reps in 11-on-11 drills. Garoppolo took the first reps. Now, all the players, all the coaches, they all say that, it doesn't really matter who's on the first team, who's on the second team. They're mixing a lot of guys in, but you can kind of tell out there which team is the first team. It usually has Rob Gronkowski in there. Nate Solder is usually manning left tackle. So I'm not sure how much it matters which quarterback is taking which rep, just because we know the system that's in place. We know that Garoppolo's going to start the first 4 games. We know that Brady's going to start the last 12 as long as he stays healthy. So I think we're just kind of monitoring a little bit out here. And for Brissett, he definitely needs a fair share of reps as well, because he's going to be that number 2 to start the season.
And now, as far as strategizing coming into this training camp, will we see a change in altering of the Patriots offense in order to cater to Jimmy's specific strengths as opposed to Tom's?
I think we definitely will. That might not happen until a little bit later, when they actually start to game plan a little bit more for the season. These early practices are very much about fundamentals and technique, so I don't think we're going to see much of a change yet. But I think when Garoppolo is out there, he probably will be scrambling a little bit more. He will be showing off that mobility a little bit more than Brady ever does.
And then as for its effect on the rest of the offense, how does this affect O-line, receivers, preparing for a different quarterback?
Yeah, it definitely affects them, because they're so used to playing with Tom Brady. Obviously, since 2008, no other Patriots quarterback has started a regular season game. So I think that they definitely have to get used to Garoppolo, but that's why they mix those offenses so much. And they've been doing this for years. So Garoppolo has worked with Gronk. He has worked with Nate Solder. He has worked with Julian Edelman. But this is an important time to just get a little bit more of those reps, so they feel a little bit more comfortable with Garoppolo out there.
And now Garoppolo has had 2 years to learn from one of, if not the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Tom Brady. And now it's down to crunch time, because he really just has training camp and preseason before Tom Brady's pretty much off limits. What kind of interactions did you see between Garoppolo and Brady today?
They're always talking out there. I think they do most of their talking during meetings, but in practice, it seems like they have a good rapport. Josh McDaniels even said yesterday that they have a great room. All of the quarterbacks get along. All of the quarterbacks help each other. And I think there were some questions when Garoppolo first was drafted, how Brady would respond to having another young quarterback, a guy who could potentially take his job, but they seem to get along just fine.
All right, thanks so much, Doug. We'll be keeping you up to date from all the news down here in Foxborough, so make sure to keep it on NESN.com.